Hey, Shabbat Shalom, and Happy New Month. How everybody doing today? It's me, Officer Marakad, coming to you and coming back to you with another lesson. We're leading off where we left off, all right, in the book of Deuteronomy. But first, this is the book of Colossians, like always, chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Hamashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Father, Basham Hamashiach Yahushua, the Water Yahweh, Basham Hamashiach Yahushua. Hey, thank you, Father. Thank you, Yahweh. In the name of your only begotten Son, my big brother, Hamashiach Yahushua, the anointed Savior, the Water Abba. All right. So, we're going into the law, reading the law, Deuteronomy, which means the second law. And Deuteronomy is basically a Masha, which is Moses, is reiterating what happened in the book of Deuteronomy. Reminding us, right? Reminding our ancestors to teach us. What do y'all think about that? I tell you what I think about it. Have we been taught? Have we learned what we needed to learn? I know we learned, which I would say is the bare minimum. Bare minimum was what we have learned. And guess what? From our parents. Bare minimum is what they have learned. And from their parents, bare minimum of what they have learned. And how can you tell this, right? Because when you go to the book of Deuteronomy, right, man, the second law, chapter 28 and verse 1, the angel of the Most High, which is a Mashiach Yahushua, said, and it shall come to pass, if thou wilt hearken, it's like not, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, the voice, which is a Mashiach Yahushua. Once comes a voice, then comes words. He's also the word of the Most High, the voice of the Most High, which is Hamashiach Yahushua, the angel of the Most High, to observe and to do all his commandments. And this is a Mashiach Yahushua talking to Masha, and Masha is talking to us. He's only talking to the children of Israel: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Reuben, Simeon, Issachar, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim, Zebulun, Asher, and Naphtali. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's the only people he's talking to. And it even starts the book of Deuteronomy, the second law, off with that in Deuteronomy 1 and 1. These be the words which Masha spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain, over against the Red Sea. Right? So this is where he spoke unto all Israel, all 12 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Reuben, Simeon, Issachar, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim, Zebulun, Asher, and Naphtali. It makes it real when you say all 12 tribes. So when I go back over here to Deuteronomy 28 and 1, the angel of the Most High, which is a Mashiach Yahushua, and me getting this precept started, and me getting this precept is because I started the conversation on what have we learned. And when I say what have we learned, is what our parents taught us. And what our parents learned is what their parents taught them. And what their parents learned is what their parents taught them. And this is how you can tell if we are listening or not, is when you go to Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if you shall hearken diligently. And who's thou? Who is thou? Go to Exodus 3 and 10. The book of Exodus, chapter 3 and verse 10. Whoops. All right. It says, come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, This is Hamashiach Yahushua, which is the angel of the Most High talking to Mashiach, telling him this. And he's writing it down. He's having the scribes write it down. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. Out of Egypt. And today we live in the shadow of Egypt. And our people go down to Egypt to get counsel. We ain't gonna get on that right now, but we live in the shadow of Egypt. Okay? So let's go back to Deuteronomy 28, because this is how you can tell if we learned anything. By the condition that we live in. Verse Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, today, which is the Shabbat, from Friday night to Saturday night, this day and every other day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Now, are we above all nations of the earth right now? No. That's how you can tell. And then when you start reading more in Deuteronomy, you can see the curses. These things are important. So you can tell if somebody is keeping the law. You can tell somebody have learned something. See, now we got the Spirit to teach us. Now we got the Comforter to teach us. The Comforter which Hamashiach Yahweh sent. Hamashiach Yahweh sent. Comforter. This is what we have to learn from. And going into the book of Deuteronomy, we're going to learn some things. We're going to start at the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3, where we left off. No, chapter 4, verse 1. Because we did 3 chapters in the last video. We're going to continue to do chapters, 2 to 3 chapters, Most High will. All right? So the second law is just Mashiach reiterating what happened in the book of Numbers and what the Most High told us in the book of Exodus and Numbers, what happened and how the Most High tested us. Right? We can go to the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 and it show you what the Most High was doing. All right, this is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 2. And thou shalt remember all the way which the Most High thy power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness. And you can tell what we did in the wilderness when you go to the book of Numbers. You can tell in the wilderness. And then you can go before the wilderness in the book of what? Exodus. What happened when we were in captivity, right? And from captivity, what happened in the wilderness? And then when we got out of the wilderness going to the land, Mashiach just reminded us, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what happens. Remind you, keep these laws. And then you ask me, why don't we have our inheritance? Right? Let me see. I think it's this one right here. Because you got to understand why we don't have our inheritance. Then I'm going to go back to the book of Deuteronomy. Excuse me. Second, I think it's second 5. Give me a second, y'all. Bear with me. I'm going to show y'all why we don't have our inheritance. All right. Here we go. And this is Ezra's talking to the Alahayim, right? This is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, and verse. I'm gonna start at 57. And Ezra is talking to the angel, and he goes, "And now, O power, O Most High, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be powers over us, and to devour us. But we thy people, right? Exodus 3 and 10. We thy people, right? But we thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure? And then when you go to 2 Ezra 7 and 1, the angel's going to start talking to Ezra and breaking it down. See, because when you go to Exodus, it shows us in captivity. When you go to Genesis, it shows what happened before captivity in all the nations and what happened in the beginning. Exodus shows a story of us being in captivity and what's happening, how we were being treated in captivity. And then after we got out of captivity, you go to the book of Numbers, starts to show what we went through and the battles we went through with these nations trying to get into our homeland. And then when you get in Deuteronomy, we're getting into our land. And Masha's telling us what's going on. Like, hey, let me remind y'all of this. And my wife, and I bet a bunch of others want to know this as well. Why is it that we don't have our inheritance with the rest of the world? So I'm going to go over that, then we're going to go back to the book of Deuteronomy. 2 Ezra 7 and verse 1. And when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights afore. And he said unto me, Up, Ezra, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. All right? Listen to the words that I come to tell you. And I said, Speak on, my power, Elohim. Then said he unto me, The sea is set in a wide place. So the sea is set. Now imagine the sea is set in a wide place. So if you set the sea in a place, it's in a wide place because you need a lot of room, right? That it might be deep and great. If it's deep, it means it's great and it's wide, right? But that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance where narrow. But put the case where entrance. But put the case, the entrance where narrow and like a river. So that's going to be right there. It's going to be narrow. That's going to be the entrance between the ocean, right? The sea. The sea is right there. And the entrance is going to be where it's narrow. That's the entrance. Bam. And like a river. You know what a river is? What does a river look like? Hey, let's go to the river. What does it look like? A river of water. It's a stream. Like it goes this way, that way. It's narrow. It goes this way, that way. And let's go to the river. And we at the river, man. Now you can imagine in your heart what the river looks like, right? And like a river. Who then could go into the sea to look upon it, right? And to rule it, if he went not through the narrow? How could he come into the broad? Because it's set in a wide place. And the only way to get to it is you go through the sea that is set in a wide place and put where the entrance at the gate where it's narrow. And the only way to get to that inheritance is right through that narrow path on the straight and narrow. Verse 5, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it if he went not through the narrow? What is that? Your tribulations. That narrows the tribulation. How could he come into the broad if he didn't go through the tribulations, your trials and tribulations? There is also another thing. A city is builded. He's giving another example. There's also another thing. A city is builded. So imagine a city. And set upon a broad field. It is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. That means you can fall off the sides. right? Like as if there were a fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water, and one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Most High. This is the angel, but he's carrying a message. So he's basically just talking to the Most High. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion, because for their sakes I made the world. Because for their sakes I made the world. And when Adam transgressed my statutes, then was decreed that now is done. Then were the entrance of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils, and very painful. So that's why. How are we going to get an inheritance right now if we don't know the troubles of losing it? You should know the troubles of losing a kingdom right now if you paid attention. You should see everything that is going on and what's wrong with the world. Everything. So let's go back to Deuteronomy 4, chapter 4, and just listen. Pay attention. Go with me on this journey, man. Let's see what we should be learning. Let's see what we should be doing. Let's see what our ancestors didn't get. And their mothers before and fathers before, and their fathers and mothers before, and their fathers and mothers before. Our ancestors. What they didn't learn and they couldn't teach us. And what we're learning now. As you can see this Picasso painting. Look at it. Only take heed to thyself. Deuteronomy 4 and 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments which I teach you, for to do them. That is plain right there. Unto the statutes, unto the judgments, to do them. Right? That ye may live and go in and possess the land which the most higher power of our fathers giveth you. So you got to keep the law. That keeps you on the path. It keeps you on the narrow. How are you to get to the broad if you don't know the perils? But while you go, you got to have some laws. You got to have some statutes and judgments. Because when you get there, you're going to understand how to keep it in the laws when you're going through this. That you may live and go in and possess the land. See? This is just the code. It's like right there. Everything goes together. Everything went together. It was just like a pass. I just threw. All you got to do is catch it. Stop dropping the ball, Ricky. And go in and possess the land which the most high power of your fathers giveth you. You shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish out from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the most high your power, which I command you. I don't say that Lord. That's Baal. Look it up. They put that in our book to throw us off. But hey, the most high have the teachers and prophets here teaching y'all today. Watch this in verse 3 from the book of Numbers. Your eyes have seen. See how he's reiterating? Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baalpeo. Woo-wee! Peor. Y'all want to know why I don't mention the name of Lord? I go. Why I don't say that? Watch this. Exodus 20 and 23, I believe. Or 13. No. Go Exodus 23. Okay, Exodus 23 and 13. Exodus 23 and 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no mention of the name of other powers, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. I don't say G-O-D, it's dog spelled backwards. Why would the Most High want you to call him G-O-D with dog spelled back? You can easily make fun of his name. He's a man of war. He will not be mocked. The Most High is not mocked. And his name is very powerful, Yahweh. Why would it be G-O-D? That don't make no sense to me. Let's go back. Book of Deuteronomy 4 and start back at verse 3. Your eyes have seen what the Most High did because of Baalpeor. That is important right there. Because of Baalpeor. Peor. Because they did that to us, the Most High is going to make them pay. For all the men that followed Baalpeor, the Most High thy power have destroyed them from among you. But ye that did cleave unto the Most High your power are alive, every one of you, this day. See? Us too. We don't serve them. Serving this world right now. You are serving Baalpeor. You are saying the name. You are mentioning it. And we're telling you. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Most High my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. This is your spirit. That's what he's saying. Watch this. This is the Holy Spirit right here. The book of Isaiah, chapter 11 and verse 2. And the Spirit of the Most High shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding, the spirit of counsel and might, the spirit of knowledge and of the fear of the Most High. See that? He's teaching you. And with keeping the law, you have the spirit of the Most High on you, which is the Holy Spirit. Go back to the book of Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Verse 6, my bad. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. So the book of Psalms 83rd chapter, you see all the nations over there. Book of Psalms chapter 83, verse 1 on down. You see the nations right there. In the sight, it's going to be our wisdom in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who has most high so nigh unto them, as the most high our power is in all things that we call upon him for? See? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous? And what is righteous? Come on, class. Psalms 119, 142. Let's go there. Let's get it. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 142. Let's get it. Here we go. Thy righteousness, Psalms 119, 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. And the truth shall set you free. What's that, John, what? 32 and 8? Or John 8 and 32? You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 4 I think 8 or 7. Yep, verse 8. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 8. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? For thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law. So the righteousness as all this law, and thy law is the truth, which I set before you this day. Only take heed to thyself. Ain't that the screen on the screen, the thumbnail? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently. You're understanding who you are as an Israelite. Keep it. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen. We've seen all the things, man. Our life is on repeat on the internet. Our life is on repeat, no edit on the internet. Our life is always in our face. And when we read the scriptures, we see why the nations hate us so much. So they want to take our identity. Verse 9, only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligent, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart. And what's the heart, class? Let me go there. Mark 7 and 21. Let's see what the heart is. We always got to define things. This is what I learned from my teacher, General Priest One. You always do. Mark 7 and 21. Let's get it. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man. You are defiled by these coming by being in your heart. We got to repent daily. Not I repented today and it didn't work the next day. I'm done. It is a constant battle. Verse 21, for from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts. Your heart is your mind. Let's get back to Deuteronomy 4. Verse 9. Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life. And this is what happened with our ancestors, because they departed, because we're not above all nations right now. We're not. We're not above all nations right now. That's the thing. From our father and our mothers, their father and their mother didn't teach them. And our father and mothers, their father and mothers didn't teach them this law. And it says right here, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. See, it's this continual thing. Thy sons and thy sons' sons. But teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. And it goes for your daughters. But teach thy daughters and thy daughters' daughters. Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Most High thy power in Horeb, when the Most High said unto me, gather me the people. Who's the people? He said, gather me the people. Who's the people? Gather me the people. Who's the people? Gather me the people. Who's the people? Exodus 3 and 10. Come now, therefore, and I will send thee unto Pharaoh, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. So going through the last pages of Exodus, we're going into Numbers, going through the horrible wilderness. That's why our ancestors went through the horrible wilderness, like we are in now. A horrible wilderness. We are in the shadow of Egypt and Babylon. Captivity happened in Egypt. Captivity happened in Babylon. Right? Let's go back to the book of Deuteronomy 4. Verse 10. Especially the day that thou stoodest before the Most High thy power in Horeb, when the Most High said unto me, gather me the people together, and I will make them hear my words. And I will make them hear my words, that they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. Remember, right here in verse 9 at the end, and thy sons' sons, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. And at the end of verse 10, it goes, and that they may teach their children. You see what we wasn't learning? And that they may teach their children. And this is what happened to us. This is why I showed you Deuteronomy 28 and 1, because we're not above all nations. That's why you can tell we're not keeping the commandments and what the condition the Most High put us in. And then when you go to Deuteronomy 28:15, you see if we didn't keep it, what was going to happen. You see what I'm saying? We got to pay attention to that. We got to do it. That they may learn to fear me all the days that they shall live upon the earth, and that they may teach their children. That is the conclusion of the whole matter, is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Let's get it. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Hey, write these precepts down, man. Ecclesiastes 13, go all the way to verse 13. It said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments. For this is the whole duty of men. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment. So when Mashah said that I will teach you statutes and judgments and commandments, so whether you land you go into possess, that way you know how to act. We know how to act and be productive and get along and do things. Right? Let's get back. Book of Deuteronomy 4 and 10. And that they may teach their children. Verse 11. And ye came near and stood under the mountain, and the mountain burned with fire unto the midst of heaven. Unto the midst of heaven. I can imagine that. With darkness, clouds, and thick darkness. Nobody can see anything. And the Most High spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. The Most High is a flame from his loins down into his loins up. He's a man, but he just walks in a fire. And the Most High spake unto you out of the midst of the fire. Ye heard the voice of the words, but saw no similitude. Only ye heard a voice. And he declared unto you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, even 10 commandments. And he wrote them upon 2 tables of stone. Remember, he written them on both sides. On both sides. Because he wrote the commandments on 2 stones, but he commanded Moses to write the statutes and judgments. There was 613 commandments. Verse 14, and the Most High commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it. No matter where you're going, where you go, you still got to keep them. He didn't say what land. He just said that ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess. Wherever you go over to possess, you're going to keep them there. He said, take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Most High spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, because our people are so easy to get into idolatry and worshiping idols. That's why he said that in Exodus 23 and 13. For you saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Most High spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, a similitude of any figure. The Most High said the similitude of any figure. Wow. The likeness of male or female. The likeness of any beast. So that means worshiping women is a no-no. The likeness of any beast. The worship of man is a no-no. The likeness of any beast that is on the earth. The likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air. The likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground. The likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Y'all watch this. Go to Psalms 106. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is what we was doing, man. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Psalms 106 and 35. But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. 34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Most High commanded them. See? But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. And our ancestors, they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. We looked at them idols like, y'all stupid. But our people went and got stupid right along with them. Yea, they sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto devils, lies. A devil means liar and deceiver. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Throwing our children in fire. Today they be doing it with our children. Throwing them in fire and sacrificing them. Most High is letting Edom just be wicked. Until that day, he just served them what they deserve. A vessel unto righteousness and a vessel to righteousness. Verse 38. And shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan, and the land was polluted with blood. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own invention. Most High call you a whore if you worship and do anything beside what he has put, which is the law, statutes, and commandments. Not an idol. Not the wrong people supposed to be teaching. The right people supposed to be teaching, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, which me, Officer Maracad, tribe of Judah. I'm an Israelite from the various 12 tribes: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Reuben, Simeon, Issachar, Gad, Manasseh, Ephraim, Zebulun, Asher, Naphtali. That's 12 tribes right there. Thus were they defiled with their own works, and went a whoring with their own inventions. Therefore was the wrath of the Most High kindled against his people. In Exodus 3 and 10, he was kindled against his people, which is us, insomuch that he abhorred his own inheritance. And the Most High gave us into the hand of the heathen, and they that hated us ruled over us. Let's go back to Deuteronomy, man. That's that idolatry, man. We polluted ourselves. Deuteronomy 4 and 14. And the Most High commanded me at that time to teach you statutes and judgments, that ye might do them in the land whither ye go over to possess it. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Most High spake unto you in Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest ye corrupt yourselves and make you a graven image, the similitude of any figure, the likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Lest thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them. Man. Least thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the host of heaven, should be driven to worship them and serve them. Most High, because if you do this, then all of a sudden you're gonna lift up your eyes to see heaven, and then you're gonna be like, man, God, Abba, help us. But they gonna say the God. They're gonna, Abba, help us. You're gonna lift your head up to the sun and the moon and stars. You're gonna look up and you're gonna see everybody worshiping everything. Help us, please. Abba, help us. Abba, now Yahweh, Baba Kashah, Bashama Mashiach Yahushai. Help us. The water. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna be just like that. Even all the host of heaven shouldst be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Most High thy power hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven. But the Most High hath taken you and brought you forth out of the iron furnace, that's captivity, even out of Egypt, to be unto him a people of inheritance, as ye are this day. Furthermore, right, the Most High was angry with me for your sakes, man, and swear that I should not go over Jordan, and that I should not go in unto the good land which the Most High thy power giveth thee for an inheritance, but I must die in this land. I must not go over Jordan, but ye shall go over and possess that good land. Take heed unto yourselves, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, Panamanians, Guatemalans, El Salvadorans, my people from Honduras, Haitians, Jamaicans, you Negroes here in America. Take heed unto yourself, lest ye forget the covenant of the Most High, your power, which he made with you, and make you a graven image or the likeness of anything which the Most High thy power hath forbidden thee. For the Most High thy power is a consuming fire, like I said, from the waist down and the waist up. For the Most High thy power is a consuming fire, even a jealous power. The Most High is jealous, and soon he's going to be jealous for his name's sake. In the open, when thou shouldest beget children and children's children, and ye shall have remained long in the land, and shall corrupt yourselves, and make a graven image or the likeness of anything, and shall do evil in the sight of the Most High thy power, to provoke him to anger, I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that I told y'all that ye shall soon utterly perish from off the land whereunto ye go over Jordan to possess it. Ye shall not prolong your days upon it, but shall utterly be destroyed. And the Most High shall scatter you among the nations, the Gentiles, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither the Most High shall lead you. And there, where? Among the heathen. And there ye shall serve powers, the work of men's hands. All them fishes and stuff he told you not to make and worship. He said, you're going to serve them over there because they're going to make us do that. They're going to beat the hell out of us and make us take them. That's what the Crusades and stuff was about, man. That was one of the things that was about. But it was about many more other things. I'm trying to tell you. Pay attention. And there shall ye serve powers, the work of men's hands, wood and stone. You see that in the book of Deuteronomy 28. Which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. You should read the book of Wisdom of Solomon, man. He goes in on idolatry. Woo! He was clowning them. He said, man, neither do they see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. And we were worshiping them. Wow. But if from thence thou shalt seek the Most High thy power, thou shalt find him. If thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul, when thou art in tribulation and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days today, if thou turn to the Most High thy power and shalt be obedient unto his voice, which is the Mashiach Yahushua, once you hear voice, here comes words. The Most High thy power is a merciful power. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he swore unto them. For ask now of the days that are past, which were before thee, right? Since the day of the Most High created man upon the earth, and ask for the one side of heaven unto the other, whether there hath been any such thing as this great thing is, or hath been heard like it. Did ever people hear the voice of the Most High speaking out of the midst of the fire? No, they didn't. As thou hast heard, and live. Ask him. Ask him. Or have the Most High essayed to go and take him, a nation, from the midst of another nation, by temptations, by signs, by wonders, and by war? By temptations, the wilderness in the book of Exodus, by signs in the wilderness, book of Numbers, and by wonders. Go to Exodus, going right through the Red Sea, to the book of Numbers, the battles, people trying to put curses on us. And by wonders, how did this happen? Hitting the rock. And by war, the nations, Edom, Amalek and them coming out to us. We're going to war with them, taking their land. And by might and by a mighty hand, which is a Mashiach Yahushua, showing himself to us. And by a stretched out arm, by great terrors, according to all that the Most High your power did for you in Egypt before your eyes. All the plagues Mashiach put on people and took them away. Most High made him a power to all the nations. Unto thee it was shewed that thou mightest know that the Most High is power. There was none else beside him. Out of heaven he made thee to hear his voice, that he might instruct thee, and upon earth he shewed thee his great fire, hitting the pits and taking the sacrifices off. Boom! And people saw that. And thou heardest his words out of the midst of the fire. Remember, and because he loved thy fathers, therefore he chose their seed after them, and brought thee out of his sight with his mighty power out of Egypt, to drive out nations before thee greater and mightier than thou art, to bring thee in to give thee their land for an inheritance as it is this day. Know therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, in your mind. Remember that the Most High, He is power in heaven above and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. Thou shalt keep therefore His statutes and His commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which the Most High thy power giveth thee forever. Now we got a new topic. Then Mashah severed 3 cities on this side of Jordan toward the sun rising, that the slayer might flee thither. So now he's just giving us rules, because when you come into a land, you got to, what did he say? Then Moses severed 3 cities on this side Jordan toward the sun rising. It's not all the land yet, but that's what he's going to do in every city. He's giving us commandments on how, when you go into a city, and how to command the city and how to do things. 3 cities, that the slayer might flee thither, which should kill his neighbor unawares, and hated him not in times past, and that fleeing unto one of these cities he might live. Namely, Bazar in the wilderness, in the plain country, on the of the Reubenites, and Ramoth in Galilee of the Gadites, and Golan in Bashan of the Manassites. And this is the law which Mashah set before the children of Israel. These are the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Mashah spake unto the children of Israel after they came forth out of Egypt. On this side Jordan, in the valley, over against Bethpeor, in the land of Shihon, king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon, whom Mashah and the children of Israel smote, after they were come forth out of Egypt. And they possessed his land. Who was that? Whose land did we possess? That was in the book of Numbers. The wars and everything, right? And they possessed his land and the land of Og, king of Bashan, 2 kings of the Amorites, which were on this side Jordan toward the sun rising. From Aurora, which is by the bank of the river Arnon, the river, right? Bank of the river, showing you a river. Bank of the river Arnon, even unto Mount Sion, which is Hermon, and all the plain on this side Jordan eastward, even unto the sea of the plain, under the springs of Pisgah. See? What was that? When you finish reading? Man, I forget. Whatever we said, what we do in here, what we hear and do. Man, I can't believe I forgot that. And Mashah called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel. This is chapter 5. And Mashah called all Israel and said unto them, Hear, O Israel, the statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them and keep and do them. See, statutes and judgments which I speak in your ears this day, that ye may learn them and keep them and do them. The Most High, our power, made a covenant with us in Horeb. The Most High made not this covenant with our fathers, but with us, even us, whom are all of us here alive this day. The Most High talked with you face to face in the mount out of the midst of the fire. I stood between the Most High and you at that time to shew you the Most High, to shew you the word of the Most High. For you were afraid by reason of the fire. and went not up into the mount, saying, I am the Most High, thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage. Thou shalt not have other powers before me. Thou shalt not make thee any graven images, any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above. Excuse me. All right. Thou should, blah, blah, blah. Verse 8. Thou should not make thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the waters beneath the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself unto them. Cesar Borgia, Buddha, all kind of crazy ish. Gandhi, our people going into other people's religion. For I, the Most High, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Hate the Most High if you don't follow his commandments. And shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High. Thou shalt not take the name of the Most High, thy power, in vain, in worthlessness. Vain is just worthlessness. The way you talk about the Most High and say his name, you speak as he's worthless, and what he does is worthless. Blasphemy the way you speak about the Most High. For the Most High will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain and worthless. He just talk about the Most High like he ain't nothing. Keep the Sabbath day to sanctify it, as the Most High thy power hath commanded thee. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. We begin to the Sabbath day. We in Sabbath day. We're in Sabbath day. We're in Sabbath day. Sabbath day. And a new month. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Most High, thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work. You, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thine ox, nor thine ass, nor any thy cattle, nor any of thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates, a heathen that works for you, that thy manservant and thy maidservant may rest as well as thou. Time to rest. Sit down, heathens. And remember, thou was a servant in the land of Egypt, and that the Most High thy power brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore, the Most High thy power command thee to keep the Sabbath day. Honor thy father and thy mother, as the Most High thy power hath commanded thee, that thy days may be prolonged, and that it may go well with thee, and the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. Verse 17, thou shalt not murder, not kill, because of such things a righteous kill. Thou shalt not murder, neither shalt thou commit adultery, neither shalt thou steal. Repeat what's in Exodus. You see? From Exodus and Deuteronomy as well. Neither shalt thou bear false witness against thy neighbor, which is your brother or your sister. Neither shalt thou desire thy neighbor's wife. Covetous ace. Covetous ace. Neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's house, his field, or his manservant, or his maidservant, his ox, or his ass, or anything that is thy neighbor's. You don't want a wife like his. You don't want a car like his. You don't want to set your field up just how he did it. You know what I'm saying? These words the Most High spake unto all your assembly in the mount, out of the midst of the fire, of the cloud, and of the thick darkness, with a great voice, and he added no more. And he wrote them in 2 tables of stone, and delivered them unto me. And it came to pass, when ye heard the voice out of the midst of the darkness, for the mount did burn with fire, that ye came near unto me, even all the heads of your tribes and your elders, and ye said, Behold, the Most High our power hath shewed us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that Most High doeth talk with man, and he liveth. See, we got to pay attention to these things that's been written. We got to take heed. Only take heed to thyself, right? And the Most High said, and ye said, not the Most High said, and ye said, Behold, the Most High our power hath shewed us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice. Talking about Mashiach Yahushua, the glory. No. It's talking about the Most High right here. And we have heard his voice out of the midst of the fire. We have seen this day that Most High doeth talk with men, and he liveth. Now therefore, why should we die? For this great fire will consume us. These are our people just talking. They were scared. If we hear the voice of the Most High our power anymore, then we shall die. Right? For who is there of all flesh have heard the voice of the living power speaking out of the midst of the fire, as we have and lived? Nope, Most High. When you hear that thunder, boom, 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 that's the Most High's voice. Go thou near, and hear all that the Most High our power shall say, and speak thou unto us all that the Most High our power shall speak unto thee, and we will hear it and do it. See? That's how it said. And all that the Most High shall speak unto us, will we hear it and will we do it. But I want to say the Hebrew. I forgot it. I remember it. And the Most High heard the voice of your words when ye spake unto me. And the Most High said unto me, I have heard the voice of the words of this people, which they have spoken unto thee. They have well said all that they have spoken. All that we say will we hear, all that you say will we hear and do. Oh, that there were such a heart in them, that they would fear me and keep all my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. Go, say to them, get you into your tents again. But as for me, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments. Look at this. Verse 30. Go say to them, get you into your tents again. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments and statutes and the judgments which thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land which I give them to possess it. Ye shall observe to do therefore, as the Most High your power hath commanded you. Ye shall not turn aside to the right hand or to the left. Ye shall walk in all the ways which the Most High your power hath commanded you, that ye may live, and that it may be that ye may live, and that it may be well with you, and that ye may prolong your days in the land which ye shall possess. He didn't say what land, it said in the land ye shall possess. So I'm gonna end this Sabbath service class, and I just wanted to go through the law. I'll be doing it again on the Sabbath. And just stay tuned. Hey man, support your bro. Support the bro, man. So we can keep this channel up. All right. And I can keep on reading the law to y'all and showing y'all things and give you defining definitions and give you definitions of words. And with that, I say Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, and Happy New Month.